I think it is a very serious problem because it will pollute the environment. I wish the government could find other methods to take care of these rubbish.
I realize that this is a severe problem if we don't take action towards finding a solution, and therefore I think that society should pay closer attention to alternative methods such as recycling and reusing, and in order to lessen the problem and improve living conditions of the society as a whole.
I realize that this is a problem because the land in Hong Kong is very limited, as the population is way more than the land available. So the land should be used to actually hold and house the population of Hong Kong instead of holding their rubbish. Yes.
So what's your point of view towards this problem?
I think that facilities that dispose of the rubbish should be developed, like burning the rubbish or recycle centers.
To be perfectly honest, I don't know too much about it in terms of what the issue currently is, but obviously there is a major issue because it's this issue about waste. Where does that go? What do you do with it? And I think in a region like Hong Kong, there's enough money here to invest in all sorts of schemes. But yeah, I think Hong Kong's got the money to do things. Landfill is not the answer because it covers so many other issues in terms of the environment. Hong Kong's just so many lovely things here, beaches, seas. We already have enough pollution coming out from China. We don't need more pollution issues.
Is this a serious issue?
I think so. Because where does waste go? And already Hong Kong's capacity is so built up. Population's only going to increase. Where's it all going to go?
Hong Kong has a problem that is not always acknowledged by the people of Hong Kong. But it is also a problem that will affect us all. The problem is the decreasing landfill in Hong Kong.
Biggest waste producer in the world. In rich societies, people have a greater capability of purchasing greater good and more purchases. This in turn causes more rubbish to be produced on a daily basis. In just 2008, Hong Kong produces 1.35 kg of waste per capita in this city of millions. And in 2012, we disposed approximately the equivalent of 3 Olympic-sized pools into our landfill. These statistics are enormous for a city relative to us. The ultimate result of this is that our landfill might end up being completely filled up very soon. Even government association made a dire prediction. They claim that all the existing landfill sites will be exhausted by 2020. People right now should be persistently questioning the government's intention on dealing with this problem. But what's ironic is that some communities in Hong Kong, especially the rural villages, have also been resisting and protesting against schemes that were suggested by the government. So, the question is, can we figure out a strategy where we can satisfy both parties? And can we come up into a consensus in time? When Hong Kong has nowhere to place their waste, people who live in Hong Kong will have to store their waste in public places, such as street, ocean, and so on. This would create water and air pollution, which would tarnish the reputation of Hong Kong as one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Do you want to live in a city full of waste? In such a terrible environment, health problems would be a major concern for people of Hong Kong. For instance, breathing in these pollutants will lead to a high risk of asthma, as well as a whole host of other respiratory problems. Since Hong Kong is a financial center, its economical health would count on foreign investors and visitors. If Hong Kong can't deal with its own domestic problem, investors would lose confidence in us. This would mean stock exchange would lose out on the foreign investment. Not only that, foreign companies might relocate to other more environmental friendly places in order to mollify the factory workers.
Landfill under the ground and it's toxic, so that might have an
negative effects will begin on possibly the water, the quality of the water, but also like growing crops. And that might negatively affect farming yields as well. So that would have a negative economic effect in terms of the quality and quantity of food that's available in Hong Kong in the future.
As right now, landfill is the main strategy that the government of Hong Kong uses to dispose of waste. But it is predicted that this solution would not be usable as the amount of land in Hong Kong is incredibly limited. The solution itself is not solving the problem because it does not solve the amount of waste we are producing every day. Another solution that is more rarely used by the government is the incinerator. A number of countries have found this method to be quite successful, but it comes at the cost of increasing pollutant as well as greenhouse gas in the air. Right now, advertisements are released from different government organizations to promote a sense of recycling. However, do these advertisements effectively catch the audience's attention? It does not seem to be effective, because not much recycling activities are done for a city of our size, and oftentimes, people regard it as an inconvenience rather than a necessity. The lack of awareness of sustainability is extremely limited in Hong Kong, even with the effort of awareness campaign. Indeed, green ideas are promoted, but it is only a gentle reminder to the people, who doesn't even see the benefit but only the inconvenience. The fact is that recycling brings a long-term benefit that won't even be noticeable by the general public. On the other hand, landfill and incinerators are hard to create in Hong Kong as they demand a huge amount of land, which is a very scarce source in Hong Kong. Furthermore, due to the different pollutions that they produce by the landfill and incinerator, nearby neighbor and environmental protection organizations would usually protest against it. The resistance from the public to the first two solutions has contributed to the government's struggle, because the proposal and ideas are unable to pass through, and yet the problem is encroaching upon us. So here are some solutions that you and the community can do if you do not want a city full of trash. For short-term solution, the government can use a scheme known as waste to energy. This is one of the most popular solutions that has used by many countries that has a successful waste management, such as Singapore and Taiwan. This program greatly helps slow the problem by transforming the rubbish volume to 10% of its original mass, which is a very useful strategy for a physically small city like Hong Kong. Through this process, it can also produce energy and could be used for residential or to sell.
Current incinerator plan that the government's putting in place will actually generate enough electricity to, I think it's for 1% of Hong Kong's electricity needs, about 100,000 homes. So that is immense. That is a positive economic effect of putting the incinerator in place. That might be negative, which will contaminate the soil. Tourism might be negative because of the emissions going across the landfill. What generates power, which is a positive.
2005, 18,000 tons of solid waste was dumped in the landfill of Hong Kong each day. If the energy in these wastes were extracted, it could fulfill a proportion of our electricity needs. The solution will not only resolve the problem of having nowhere to place our rubbish, but it will also help reduce the amount of fossil fuel being burned for energy. A long-term solution would be financially encouraging the people to recycle. Firstly, the government can implement the rubbish tax so that the people get taxed based on the amount of waste they produce. This will provide a deterrent to people that perpetually waste things that could be recycled. On the flip side, the government can also introduce rewarding recycle schemes. We can encourage people to recycle. Lastly, the government can also subsidize recycling companies so that it could attract more people to run recycling company, which would conduct more recycling activity as a result.
So, for a long-term solution, recycling would be the best method to resolve this problem. So, let's make this a part of our life.
Through this, government can do more promotion about the 3 Rs on media that people often visit, such as websites, television, and social networks, so that this could consistently remind people about the concept and importance of recycling. For educational purpose, the government can involve the green knowledge of humanity and local studies, so that the long-term benefits will be realized. Also, it can nurture the habit of recycling when people are still young and make it a lifelong habit. Here are something very simple that we can all do to improve this issue.
We need to work together to solve this problem, to protect our environment, Hong Kong.